Where did your interest in meteorology come from?
Well, what got me interested in weather a long time ago was kind of ironic. It was the fact that I would miss school when it snowed. I didn't like school very much when I was in elementary school, and the irony in all of this is that you really can't become a meteorologist without an education. But at the very beginning of my interest in weather, education was the last thing in my mind. I used to love watching these guys on TV, and the women too. I thought they were just amazing. As a kid, I thought that they were just magicians. How did they know what the weather was going to be tomorrow? It hasn't even happened yet. So I would just be glued to the TV as a young child and watch these people talk about things that haven't happened yet. And then if they said it was going to snow, because I was raised in New York and that was a real big deal there, if it snowed and school was closed, I thought it was because of the weather guy that I watched the night before, like he had something to do with that. It was, you know, when you're a young kid, you don't know. It's just, it's nonsense, but it was pretty funny at the time when I think back on it. Now I realize I'm that guy that's telling people what the weather was going to be tomorrow, and I wonder if people feel the same way when they watch me, as if I've got some control over it or not. It's just something I've always been interested in ever since I was 2, 3, and 4 years old.
What do you do on a daily basis?
To explain what I do on a daily basis is really difficult because not every day is the same, and I think that's what's so exciting about television and meteorology. In both worlds, things could be very different from day to day, and then you combine both those worlds and things could be extremely different from day to day. But generally speaking, I have a routine. I watch the skies and watch the weather the minute I wake up and look out the window and drive to work. And once I get here, I get online and check out all the different computer models, and once I'm comfortable with the way the forecast is working out, the continuity from yesterday and the day before, then I'll go and build the graphics that help me tell the story. All those fancy gee whiz 3D graphics that you normally see behind me, that's what helps me tell the story, because again, it's television, it's not radio. So we use pictures to help tell the story, just like an illustrator would use pictures in a book to help tell the story as well.
What does it take to become a broadcast meteorologist?
Well, to be a broadcast meteorologist, it's a little different than being a weathercaster. Weathercaster is somebody on TV that goes on and presents the weather, but is actually giving you somebody else's information. He's a good communicator, but doesn't really have the background in weather. A broadcast meteorologist like myself, certified broadcast meteorologist, you go and actually get certification in that field, like I did, means that you have to be able to communicate the message and also have to understand the science. So you do need a meteorology background, and you also need a background in communications. You've got to be able to tell the story.
What do you do on a slow day?
Well, let's see, I have two forecasts I'm working on here. One says sunny and 75 tomorrow. One says windy and 35 tomorrow. That cold front coming through and looking at all the data, I don't think sunny and 75 is going to work.
What is the 4-zone forecast?
We came up with an idea here at News 4 to break the forecast down into 4 smaller bite-sized chunks, you might say, instead of a one-size-fits-all for everybody, because we cover 25 counties. But these aren't arbitrary areas that we just decided to pick and choose from. These are 4 distinct climate zones. The western zone is basically drier than everybody else. The hill country zone is usually colder. The eastern zone, everybody east of San Antonio, is closer to the Gulf of Mexico, so the humidity tends to be higher and they get more rain annually there. And here in the central zone, including San Antonio, kind of the heart of everything right here, anything goes. It's going to be a combination of all 3 of those other zones. So this is really the wild card right here in the central zone. This is where a lot of the action takes place because of all the influences of all the other zones across the area. So we've decided to get more specific and break things down into 4 zones. It's more work, but it also means better accuracy. Now, one of the ways we're able to keep track of the weather across all 4 zones is by getting out in this stuff. And now I'm going to take you outside on a tour of our Ancira GMC Storm Tracker 4 vehicle. So here is our world-famous Ancira GMC Storm Tracker 4 vehicle. As the name implies, we track storms. Now, I've got to be honest with you, when we take this out on personal appearances, kids and adults alike love to get their picture taken next to this. It's the only one like it in all of San Antonio. No other TV station has this type of a vehicle. But the main reason, the real reason, besides just being able to show this off, that we have this is to track storms. We'll take this into floods, tornadoes, hailstorms, windstorms, you name it. It's built for that. It's rugged, and it's got some onboard data and a computer inside that's actually able to send back real-time data on board, also back to the TV station. So no matter where we drive this unit, you'll see it all around town on any given day, especially when storms are in the area. Wherever we have this, we can collect data right there on the spot, real time.
Thanks, John, for your time. We'll let you get back to work.